John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. I have another very special treat for you. We're at another juicer factory today. We're basically 2 hours outside Seoul at the factory of NUC, and they've been making juicers and other kitchen appliances since 1978. Now they have been focusing on the Korean domestic market here, but they are now finally expanding to the USA and other countries around the world to get their machines out there. And the special treat that I have for you guys today is actually also a special treat for me, is that the NUC is now going to be importing the Kuvings silent juicer into the USA. So I've been having fun touring around here in Korea, but the special treat today is that the NUC people are allowing me to build my own juicer that I'll get to take home. So that's like the biggest treat anybody could ever give me. So I'll get to build my own juicer, I'll take it home, and I'll be sure to do more episodes with that juicer to show you all the features it has. So next we're gonna walk around some areas of their factory that I think are really cool, including the bio lab. So they basically have a laboratory that tests the results when they do make juice to find out the nutrient quality. Then they tweak the juicer to increase the nutrient quality, the enzyme activity of the juice that their juicer is making. So they're totally integrated in that sense. The other way they're really cool at this factory, unlike others, is that they actually make the motors here. Finally, we're gonna go to the assembly line and I'm gonna get to assemble my own juicer. So let's go inside the NUC factory and get started. So now we are inside the NUC factory, and you can see some of the machines that they create for the domestic Korean market. But you could also see some of the models they sell in the US market, such as the horizontal single auger machine. They've been selling this for many years in the US market, and soon they'll be selling the all-new Kuvings silent juicer in the US market, and that's right here. I'm glad that there'll be a second model or a second company manufacturing the vertical single auger style juicer and bringing it into the United States for one very important reason. Because when there is competition, then hopefully the two companies will go head to head and work on improving their products so that one is truly better than the other. Because I'm all about, getting the juicer that's going to do the best job for you, produce the highest nutrient quality, and produce the highest yield. So next, let's go to the laboratory here. They have a bio lab where they actually test the results of the juice that is made in the Kuvings silent juicer, so that they can improve the juicer and give you the juicer that's going to provide you with the highest quality and highest level of nutrients in that juice. So do you like playing with test tubes? If so, you'll like inside the NUC factory. They have their own bio lab where they actually have the machines and all different kinds of equipment besides this one to do testing on the juices that their machines make. So what they do is they take the juice that comes out of the machine, they analyze the juice for all the nutrition, and then what they do is they change the juicer, make improvements to the juicer to see if they can excel and even get a higher quality of juice out of the machine. So in just a few minutes, what they're gonna do here in the testing lab is they're gonna take the juice that's in these containers here that were made with the Kuvings silent juicer. They're gonna run it through this machine, which is then gonna analyze the juice to find out all the nutrition in the juice. Once they get the test report of the nutrition, then they're gonna modify the juicer, make certain changes to the juicer, and see if they can get actually a higher level and extract a higher level of nutrition from the juicer. They will then make improvements to the machine to only better the nutrients in the juice, to increase them. In that way, you will be assured you're gonna get the highest quality juice with the Kuvings silent juicer. So now we're in this part of the factory that makes the motor that goes into the Kuvings silent juicer. Now they're integrated and they make the motors here, and that's really cool. So we're gonna actually get to see how the motor that goes in the Kuvings silent juicer is made. Now once again, the motor inside the Kuvings silent juicer for the US market is a 330 watt motor, and that motor is more powerful than some of the other motors that are in the other juicers on the market. So in any case, let's go to some of the different stations to show you how a motor is made in this factory. so this is one of the first steps it takes to make a motor that they do here at the NUC factory for the Kuvings silent juicer. They start out with some copper wire and they put it on these machines and it spins the copper wire to make the motor windings, and that's the essential part of the motor. I mean, the motors work on magnets and the copper windings is what provides that. So after the windings are made, it goes over to another machine where they're literally stamped together into this whole motor winding piece. So let's check that out next. So now we're overlooking the whole motor manufacturing process. You can see they're basically inserting the outer housing with all the wires and doing some stuff, then it goes down the production line. They do all these different steps, and there's only one reason why they do all these steps to make the motor, because NUC wants to have the highest quality juicer, and they are the only juicing company that actually makes the motor that goes inside their juicer. Other companies may be outsourcing the motor to a different company. And at the end of this process, we're going to look at that next. They actually test each and every motor that comes off this assembly line so that you're guaranteed a juicer that's really powerful, really durable, and is going to last you a long time. So after the motor assembly comes down the production line, looks pretty much like this, and they test each and every motor right here at the stator test system. She's actually plugging it in, and this is some high voltage, man, so you got to be careful. She checks out the waveforms, make sure it's all good to go. Then and only then is this motor going to be allowed to go into the Kuvings silent juicer. So here is a motor that just got built upstairs. Once again, the sticker on every motor, you can see it's an NUC motor. Now if you check any other motor from any other juicer, it's not going to be the same brand. So I think that's really cool that they actually make the motor here. What we're going to do next is we're going to take this motor, and you can see a full-on assembly line going on behind me. That's where they assemble all the juicers. But they've set up a special station for me so that I can assemble my own Kuvings silent juicer. So let's go do that next. So they set me up with my own little production area on their assembly line, so I'm so excited that I can assemble my very own Kuvings silent juicer. Now the thing to remember is this. I'm going to assemble my juicer today because I'm in the factory and I'm invited to do so by the NUC company, so I'm really appreciative for that. But if you ever open up your juicer to try to do any repairs, it will void your warranty, so I do not recommend you ever open up your juicer. That's what the warranty's for. This machine comes with a full 10-year warranty. Should it ever fail or give you any problems, all you gotta do, give them a call, let them know you're having problems, and they'll get it fixed up as soon as they possibly can. So without further ado, before these parts go down the assembly line, I'm going to pick these up and I'm going to assemble my Kuvings silent juicer. First you got to take the bottom part here, and the first thing is you're going to take the motor. So you saw how they built the motors just upstairs. Here it is, fully assembled motor. You're going to put this on the base. Oh, but before you do that, they got to put in the power cord. So, you know, they make units for all over the world. This is for the US model with the US cord. You're going to take this and literally they just put it inside the base here. Then they take this little special PC board. And this PC board has a fuse in it. You're going to put that in place. And I got this cool little screwdriver here. This screwdriver is activated when you push on it. So we're going to put the screw in there. This has a magnetic tip, so this is really cool, makes it really easy. Just push it down just a little bit, and it has a clutch on there so it stops so it won't over tighten. We're going to do that next screw here. Locks into place, very simple, very easy. Next we're going to take the motor assembly. Now this motor assembly goes down inside the machine like this. And the other thing to remember with the Kuvings silent juicer, there is a safety overload switch. So should your motor be overloaded, this switch will pop out. And that's a safety feature so you don't burn out the motor. Now should that happen, no big deal. On the bottom of the Kuvings silent juicer, they give you a little lever. And all you have to simply do is let the machine rest a while, cool down, press this lever, it'll pop the reset switch back in so that you can continue juicing. So I really like juicers that have this built-in reset switch, and not many juicers have this built-in reset switch. So we have to line up the motor properly in this bottom housing. Looks like it goes pretty much like that. We're then gonna mount this piece here. Again, got my handy dandy screwdriver. This goes right on the top. And this is some close quarters here. Got that installed, no big deal. Next, there's a couple wires. So, you know, the people that work this factory, they gotta know their stuff, because if you get the wires in the wrong spot, it's not gonna work. So we're gonna plug in a couple of these wires here. Next, the grounding wire is very important. We're gonna take this screw over here to put the grounding wire on. The next thing we have to do is install the safety switches, the on-off switches in the main body housing. So you can see the main body housing. But before I do that, you know, I'm going to autograph this juicer because I built it myself. Got the indelible marker here. I'm going to sign it in the middle, built by John Kohler. And I'm going to put the date on here too. All right, check it out. My very own juicer, the first one I've ever built. I'm so happy. This is a special autograph one. It'll be up on eBay maybe one day, but for now I'm keeping it because these are rare commodities. I'm probably gonna own one of the first Kuvings single auger vertical juicers in the United States of America. So next we're gonna go ahead and assemble the safety switch. So every Kuvings juicer comes with a built-in safety switch. And this is the small switch right here. And what I have to do is plug in this wiring harness into the switch. Just like that. And this switch gets mounted on this piece here that gets assembled in the back. So you can see here we have the on and off switch that we're going to basically click into place. All right, we got the on-off switch in place. Now once again, this safety switch is very important because what this safety switch does, after we put this in place here, all right, got that in. So what this safety switch does, it has a very important feature. It does not allow the juicer to come on unless the juicer is properly assembled, and that's for your safety. But the thing to remember is if you don't assemble the juicer properly, your juicer won't come on. So if you get the juicer, assemble it all, and it doesn't come on, the first thing to do is to read the instruction manual to make sure that you have the juicer assembled properly. So next we're gonna go ahead and put this piece with the safety switch and the on-off switch into the main body. Gotta put it in here from the top and just basically clicks into place. All right, there you go, it's in. You can hear it snap. There's the finished assembled body. Next thing, we gotta plug these wires into the main PC board down here. So once we got the wires connected, we're gonna go ahead and put this cover over the top here. All right, and the motor shaft will come out. All right, that's a success. Next, we're going to take 4 screws and they go in to hold the main top housing to the motor. So there's 4 screws that goes in the top here. All right, got that in. Now they have this special jig here. So then, so you put this over like this to hold it down. And then there are some screws that go to hold the bottom of the machine together. So there it is, the fully assembled base. Oh, one last part here. They got this silicone piece that hides the screws. So let's go ahead and put that on. So I'm really enjoying that I got to assemble my own machine. But now the next part is even the most important part of all, the part where you'll get to learn how to actually assemble the juicer that you're gonna buy. So they're sending down the parts to me one at a time. Here's the bowl, and I like this bowl, it's a nice clear bowl. Once you got the bowl, you're basically gonna put that on the machine. And on this machine on the top here, once again, they have a nice handle. Makes it really easy to handle and carry and pick up this machine. There's an open and close. You can see on the top here, the open is just a red dot with a circle, and the closed solid red dot. You're simply going to take this bowl here and line up the red dot on top of the bowl with the picture on the top of the unit, and then you're going to rotate it to close so both red dots line up. Really simple and real easy. The next part is we're going to assemble the inside of the machine. So we got the automatic wiping blades that basically work like a squeegee to squeegee down the inside of the bowl, and also the Ultim screen here. So we're going to install that inside there. Real simple, real easy. And one of the things I like about the Kuvings silent juicer is that this silicone is red, so it won't tend to show stains as much as ones that are maybe clear. The next, you take this Ultim auger here, nice heavy duty, large auger. You're going to go ahead and put that in the middle of the screen, and then you could line up the screen assembly. Once again, there's a red dot on top of the screen assembly. You're going to line that up with the red dot on top of the machine. Goes right in. You might have to turn and spin your auger in place. Looks like it's all locked into place. Then you take the top housing. Once again, another red dot. Guess where it goes? It gets lined up with all the other red dots. They made this really simple to assemble. Line it up with the other red dot, and basically you're going to spin this, and then finally make sure this arrow, the gray arrow on the top, lines up with this arrow that says close. Real simple, real easy. The next part is you're going to take the top funnel piece and put that on, and then they got a couple more parts here. We're going to get, you got a nice little pusher, goes in like that, and then you get a couple collection jugs. They're nice, oversized, marked up to 4 cups, 32 ounces. One side collects the juice, and the other side will then collect the pulp. So there it is, the fully assembled Kuvings juicer. But also with the Kuvings juicer, you get a couple extra things. First, you get the Kuvings Silent Juicer recipe book, and I like that they include a juice recipe book. Not many juicers these days include a recipe book, and one of the biggest questions I get is, John, what's a good recipe book? Well, with the Kuvings Silent Juicer, they include a recipe book with all kinds of recipes. Celery juice, parsley juice, spinach, natural juice, kale juice, cherry tomato juice, carrot juice. I can go on and on. You also get the instruction manual. Now, I highly encourage you to always read your instruction manual before operating your juicer. In addition to the instruction manual, you will get a warranty card. So this is your full 10 years warranty with the Kuvings Silent Juicer. And I'm confident after visiting the factory, who has been here since the late 1970s, that they will continue to be around in the future to honor your warranty, the 10-year warranty. So I've got the fully assembled Kuvings juicer, but before this juicer goes into the box, they test each and every juicer that comes down the assembly line to make sure it's going to be safe and will work when you get it out of the box. So the first test they do is they disassemble the machine, they plug it in to the 120 volts, and they do what's called a puncture test. And they basically touch this to the thing for like 1 second. Nothing happens, it's good to go. They take the plug out and plug into the next plug. And this is the plug to make sure that the juicer works. They then assemble the machine. Let's go ahead and reassemble this. So we got it fully assembled. Now we're just going to turn it on. Yes, the juicer works. Maybe that's my second job. I could work on the assembly line in Korea making juicers now. So now that the juicer's safety tested, we could go ahead and box this machine up. So let's go ahead and box the machine up and get me on my way. So now that the juicer is working properly, we get to pack it up in the box. So I'm glad to be packing up my juicer that I made with my very own 2 hands. So first, they wrap everything in plastic. So let's go ahead and start wrapping some of these parts in plastic. You get your collection cups. Once again, this one's for the juice and one is for the pulp. I like that they give you different sizes for these. So actually the pulp container is much larger than the juice can container. Other companies may basically give you 2 of the same size containers. So it's going to hold more pulp. Definitely a good feature to have. Let's go ahead and wrap that up in plastic. So next I want you guys to notice this pusher. This pusher has a small top on it, and when you put it in, it's nice and level, so this will basically stay underneath your countertops. The problem actually I have with other juicers is that the pusher comes up a little bit and you're always going to stir it with the pusher off. But with the Kuvings silent juicer, you can put it in there and keep dirt and dust out of your machine when it's in storage because it's low profile, so I like that a lot. Let's go ahead and take this apart. Once again, we're going to go ahead and put the top part here in the plastic. Next, that pusher. So the next part we're going to talk about is this oversized cleaning brush. So this cleaning brush, it may look like an oversized toothbrush for a giant, but you know what? It's not for brushing your teeth, it's for cleaning the screen. Now once you're done juicing, there'll be juice particles in this screen. Now this nylon brush has nice stiff bristles to dislodge all the pulp out of the screen to get your screen clean every single time. So this basically gets shipped inside one of these containers here. So next, the plastic goes over this whole assembly here, just like this. The next part we need to take are these cardboard pieces. And this molded cardboard, really nice. Once again, I like that they're not using some kind of styrofoam. We're going to go ahead and put the Kuvings silent juicer into the cardboard here that's going to protect it in shipping. We're going to go ahead and wrap this cord around. Then this unit goes inside the box. Next, we take the accessory box. The accessory box, once again, will hold your juice containers. Also hold your pusher and the juicing top. So that's all the parts that go in this box. We'll seal that up. Put that to the side here. So now we have the other part of the cardboard goes right in over the top here to secure your juicer in place so that it's not damaged during the transit to you. Finally, you're going to get the juicer recipe book inside the box, also your warranty card, and finally your instruction manual. So once we got all that in the box, we're going to go ahead and seal that box. So we're going to take the tape here. There we go, my brand new Kuvings silent juicer. Now check this out. I just noticed on the box here it says the Gold Medal Award in the 2010 International Invention Fair. Now that invention fair was in Switzerland, man, so this thing won the gold medal. This must be a really good juicer. So I'm so excited and so happy that I got to build my own Kuvings silent juicer. And the one thing before I go I want to mention is that the Kuvings silent juicer is what's called a slow juicer or silent juicer. And it runs at a low 80 RPM, that's revolutions per minute. Many juicers on the market spin at thousands of RPMs, 8,000, 10,000 RPMs. And the nutrient quality goes down a lot the higher the RPMs are. So for that reason, I like the slow juicers such as the Kuvings silent juicer. In any case, I'm flying back to the States tomorrow. I gotta get out of here. I'm so glad they're giving me my very own Kuvings silent juicer that I got to build myself with my own 2 hands. So once again, this is John Kohler with discountjuicers.com. Be sure to visit discountjuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors.